Hello, it's Vidas Pinkevicius, and in this training I will teach you how to create exposition in C, create or compose or even improvise if you care to improvise on the organ. So basically exposition is the part of musical composition, the opening part of the musical composition where the musical ideas are presented for the first time. Basically, the theme is presented for the first time. Sometimes in some musical compositions, in some pieces, before the exposition begins, there is an introduction. But we will not deal with introduction today. We'll jump right into exposition because introduction is not required in most cases. Only in larger compositions like sonatas or even symphonies, then you can see an introductory episode, sort of setting up the moods, setting up the mode, preparing the entrance of the theme. But today we'll deal with the exposition, and exposition will be created in the 4/4 meter. Let's add the meter signature or common meter right here into the score, and this will be quite interesting to compose because the mode I wrote in C, it's obviously not C major, but I would like this composition will to be a more modal, more sort of modern style, but also have the center in C. And for this reason I will choose the mode like that. It's very similar to C major, but it's a little different. Here is the C major scale, and we'll use the mode which has D sharp and A sharp in here. Okay, listen to this. Okay, it has second raised scale degree and sixth scale degree raised. That's it. That's the idea of this mode. It's very similar to the blues mode, by the way, because the blues mode has lowered third scale degree, which in reality is sort of the same as the second raised scale degree. Again, the blues mode has lowered fifth scale degree in many cases, but we don't have that, and flattened seventh scale degree, but we don't have that. So that's the difference between this mode and the mode of blues. But nevertheless, hear it again. Here we have A sharp, and A sharp is sort of the same as B flat, and B flat is seventh lowered scale degree, and therefore it really reminds us of the blues mode, except it doesn't have flattened G right here. All right, so it will sound quite fun. It will sound quite interesting, and I've experimented with this mode in the past, and I sort of like its character, and we'll experiment today with it too. Okay, it's in C basically. So the first thing what we need to do, I hope you will remember this mode, or okay, let's yes, I think you will remember this mode. Maybe I will start creating my piece, my exposition right here from the fifth measure, so that you will see the mode in front of you at all times, basically. Yes, so a few empty measures will be just fine. Okay, so exposition consists of presentation of the musical theme for the first time, and our theme will be created in 4/4 meter, and let me write it down right here. By the way, we need a few measures, maybe 24 measures. I will explain why 24, because it will have sort of three parts. This exposition will be created in ternary technique, using ternary techniques, and each part will have 8 measures, 8, 8 and 8, and basically that will mean that exposition will have 24 measures. So the first thing is to create our theme, right? And we'll use the notes of C major, but with this raised 2nd scale degree and raised 6th scale degree. By the way, it's really easy to see now that this mode consists of 2 tetrachords. A tetrachord is the sequence of 4 notes devised in stepwise motion from C to F, and the distance between the outer notes is a perfect fourth or augmented fourth. So in this case there are 2 identical tetrachords, you see, 1 and 2nd. When I say identical, I mean the half step whole step relationship is identical, its structure is identical. Here from C to D sharp is 1.5 step, basically augmented 2nd, then 2 half steps, right? And here again augmented 2nd and half step, basically they are symmetrical in construction, these two identical tetrachords. All right, therefore I kind of really like this mode very much. Okay, so let's create our theme. Then okay, this way I'm creating it right now. A sharp. Okay, one phrase. Good. And here yes, this is our theme, the first theme. This is our theme right here, these 4 measures. Maybe I will do it this way, and it starts in C and ends on B, and B is the 7th scale degree. And if you finish your theme on the scale degree other than tonic, or other than the 1st, 3rd or the 5th scale degree, then it provides the character of the question. All right, let's listen to this question. Okay, a little too fast. I think in this tempo will be around 80. Would be better to listen to it again. Alright, so because we finish on the 7th scale degree, it's sort of like an answer. It's a question. Then what we'll do is to copy it a little bit, and provide an answer to this question. We will do an answer very similar to the question, because the mode is rather complicated, and I would like for you to remember this theme. If I modify my answer very much, then obviously the theme will not be easily recognizable, so I'll better stay within the limits of this answer, of this question, and provide a direct answer, meaning just the second half of this will be a little different, because you see, I want to finish my idea, my answer on the note C, on the first scale degree, right? So what we'll have to do is right here. I have to raise everything by one note right here. I'm doing it right here from the fourth measure and finish on C. Alright, and again I need to add A sharp, A sharp, D sharp too, D sharp, and A sharp, the same notes as you see in the question, okay, because the mode will be the same. Now we have 8 full measures. That's our first part of the exposition. Very, very easy to create once you have the initial 4 measures. You just rewrite it and finish on the first scale degree, okay. And one of the versions could be, of course it's a creative process and it's fully dependable on your taste, but one of the easiest ways to create an answer is to really rewrite it and change the ending so that you finish on the tonic note. Okay, let's listen to this question answer sequence right now. Okay, you see how the second half of the theme provides a direct answer to this question. So now we have the melody. Okay, now we have to create something for the pedal and the left hand too, bass part and the left hand part. Since we have so nicely moving melody in the right hand part, let's create something very different, very contrasting in the left hand. Maybe chordal movement. I like very much to use 3-note chords. 3-note chords, and one of the 3 choices for 3-note chords is either root position chord, either first inversion chord and the second inversion chord. In root position chords we have 2/3, like C, E, like this way. If we start on the note E, E, G, B, right? If we choose first inversion chord, then the upper interval is a perfect fourth, or any kind of fourth for that matter. And if we choose the second inversion chord, then this fourth becomes in the bottom, E, A, and C. For starters, I'll choose the first inversion chord, E, G, and C right here, like that. Okay, and I'll create a sort of ostinato motion. Ostinato meaning repeated melodic and rhythmical motive, which is repeated a few times. Like that. Because the melody is sort of very much leaping, our accompaniment will need to be contrasting and in stepwise motion. Like that. Now, of course, there are a few foreign notes. For example, we need A sharp and D sharp all over the place. So I'll just have to manually change these. Alright. Seems like that. Seems like very good idea. Now, because it's an ostinato, we can easily rewrite it and copy and paste it one more time. And because our answer is different from the question, I can choose my ostinato to be transposed as well, like that, like here. Maybe from the note C right here, and this way, and of course we need to double check the sharps, right? We need A sharp and D sharp right here. Right, A sharp right here and D sharp right here too. Good. And D sharp this way, and I paste it in the second half of the answer as well. Alright, and we then will need something in the pedals, and the pedals need to be very contrasting too, with either the left hand part or the right hand part, because it's the third part. And of course, if the main melodic and rhythmic interest is in the right hand part, then in the bass we'll have sort of just the harmonic foundation. A long sustained note could be tied over to the next bar line, maybe first scale degree, then a fifth scale degree right here, raised sixth scale degree. Very interesting sound. Alright, and we finish with fourth scale degree, and we finish with the first scale degree C right here. Very simple to create this kind of episode. Let's listen to that for the first 8 measures. Alright, in this, of course, registration, it's not entirely clear to me the voices. Alright, maybe we'll do it one more time, maybe just for the sake of the clarity. Alright, and you see that at the end of the fourth measure there is a stop in the right hand part, and that's the place to breathe, and that's the ending of the question. Alright, and ending of the answer is in the same rhythm. Therefore the question and answer has the same rhythms, and there is a unity between those two. Okay, now let's create 8 more measures, and the way we'll do that is very artistically interesting too, because we will choose, there are a number of ways to create a middle part of the exposition, but it has to be a little contrasting with the first part or the third part for that matter. And one of the really interesting ways to do this is to have inversion of the intervals. For example, if the intervals go up in the first half, then you need to do downward. Downward is the same thing. So let's create it. Let's create it automatically, but we could do this just for the interest of the technology. We could really take this plugin and you see invert. We invert something, and we will like that. You can see what we have so far. Our middle part has to be a little different though than the beginning, because it has to be sort of a little contrasting, and for this I choose to transpose the same mode as in C major. I would like to transpose it a minor third down. Basically it has to start from the note A. Okay, right here. It has a lot of 4 accidentals: B sharp, C sharp, F double sharp, and G. Interesting. Let's listen to it. Okay, minor third down. The first mode was in C and the second is in A, and it's a very common trick, this kind of transposition, because you can sort of you can use it whenever you want. This relationship of the major or minor third in music is very common, especially after the days of Ludwig van Beethoven. He was very fond of these kind of modulations. For example, from C major to E major, that's a major third upward, or from C major to E flat major, that's a minor third up, or downward also. We just transpose the entire segment, and I intentionally start my second half on the note A, because this is the first scale degree of that new mode, right? Of this mode in A, transposed from C. Okay, now let's check our accidentals now. All right, let's add the double sharp. Double sharp, and we need also B sharp and C sharp here. Good, and here too. Good. A lot of notes seem to work well from C version too. here. Very interesting mode will be once we create, and it's an inversion. You see, the first let's back up a little bit. The first interval, right, is a perfect fourth down from C to G. In inversion, it's a perfect fourth upward, right? Here down, up, and here is up and down. Everything is inverted. Good, let's continue to add double sharps. Alright, so far so good. Let's continue the second part, and the first half of the second part is called the commentary. So exposition is basically in three parts. That's the ternary exposition. 4 measures is the question, then the answer, right? And then 4 measures of the commentary, which is different than the question, and then 4 measures of the answer of the commentary. That's what we're doing right now. Answer of the commentary. Good, double sharp, and also good B sharp too. Good. We need to add B sharp and F double sharp here. And here. And B sharp. Alright, so what we did, the question, sort of the first part of the commentary, ends on the what? On the second scale degree of the mode in A, right? Second scale degree. And the answer ends on the first scale degree too. Alright, let's listen to this commentary first. Question of the commentary. That's it. I need to add this B sharp right here. Okay, so now we're ready to take this next step and to have the inversion of the left hand part as well. Let's do that. Inversion. Good. Now inversion, interestingly enough, will change the structure of the chord, and you will see that the first interval is no longer a third but the fourth. Basically, instead of the first inversion chords, we also have here second inversion chords, so-called 6/4 chords, because it consists of fourth and the third, and previously we had the third and the fourth. Okay, let's see, we need to do this from the node from the note G. Good. So let's erase everything here. Will be easier to do this. So we need the same accidentals as in the right hand part. We need what? We need B sharp, C sharp, F double sharp, and G sharp. Yes? So let's do that. Good. Let's G sharp, C sharp, and F double sharp. Alright, C sharp right here, F double sharp, again G sharp, C sharp, again F double sharp. Good. And here also double sharp. And since this is the repeated fragment, we can copy and paste right here. Alright. Copy and paste it right here. Copy and paste it right here. Let's see. Let's see if we can. Yeah, we could copy and paste it right here, and just a second right here. We could copy and paste it right here and right here. But the first part of the middle section, okay, of this inversion, I would like to do a little bit lower than G, than from G. I would like to do from E. So let's change these a little bit accidentals. C sharp. Alright, maybe I'll do this manually. Yeah, C sharp needed to be here, G sharp, and B sharp. Good. Then F double sharp, and C sharp right here. We're doing this job because we have to clean up this score, right? We have to clean up it from foreign accidentals. Only the accidentals of this mode has to be present. Okay, G sharp and B sharp. Good. And one more, F double sharp. Good. And this way. So we can copy these two measures now and paste it right here. Good. And for the finishing part, we need the pedal line, right? And the pedals are very simple. We also invert the notes this way. Maybe we will copy it right here and here. Let's copy and do inversion around C, but of course we will need to finish right here. Let's see what we have. Good. Alright, so we need to have the first note E. The first note will be easy to fix. Alright, then this tied note, obviously here, and that's it, I think. So we need to check the accidentals, right? G sharp has to be, I think, tied over, and also we need this good old B sharp. All right, so let's listen to the second part of this exposition right now. Alright, so we are almost done. We just have to finish up by creating this third part of this, the first third part of this exposition, which is basically direct repetition, and we have to paste it right here and change the ending. So that we'll have a different ending. Of course, we need to have this interesting ending as well. So let me think. We don't need this measure. Good. We 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, let me think. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Good. So I think we can erase this measure, and the very last thing we need to do is complete with the longer chord right here. We have to stop right here. So I think we have created our 24 measure exposition right here, and let's listen to it first from the beginning until the end, and you will see how nicely in the blues mode we can do interesting compositional things. Okay, so that's how we can create our exposition from any kind of mode in any kind of meter. And now it's your turn to create something like that. take my tips and advice and create something on your own. Alright, so this completes the training for today. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you will get interesting ideas of your own, how to create, compose, even improvise on the organ. A short 24 measure ternary exposition. Alright, that could be done in any mode, by the way. It could be in major, minor, or any kind of ancient mode or a church mode that you want. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next time very soon. Bye bye.